Hey folks, just this is a quick tour of the Far Harbor Castle I built in Longfellow's cabin, and is a submission for the Skooled Zone's Halloween build contest. And before we begin, as you can see, this save is labeled survival mode, so no consoles or mods are used. And comment on the video if there's anything you want to know that's being done. So let's start the tour here. So the castle I built here is occupied by only me and a small group of robot workers, but I regularly accept groups of visitors to stay, the most recent guest being Far Harbor. Let me disengage my bodyguards first.
Hey.
Affirmative.
Hey, got a sec?
Command mode ready.
I no longer require...
Affirmative.
So this right here is the entrance, which is protected by the night. As you can see, it's impenetrable. The second door can only be unlocked by the password, which is created by switches connected to hidden logic gates. Let's see if I remember the combination. There we go. And you can turn it off behind you. This right here is the entrance with a little fancy chandelier here. Up here is a general lounge area where I store some of my alcohol in here. You can get these fancy cups at Far Harbor. Let's head back down real quick. Just a fireplace to warm up guests that have, been out there in the fog. This right here is a wasteland rendition of the Unstoppables. This here is the maintenance room where I keep all my cleaning products. Boy, do we need a lot of cleaning products. Up here, you can go back to the main entrance that way. This right here is one of many bathrooms. The butler seems to be using a lot of rock, so you can't really see your own reflection. And here we are with our most recent guest at Far Harbor. They seem to be enjoying the wine. Seems like old Mitch here figured out what was going on with the wine and tried to book it. Let's take a quick snack before we go on. This over here is the basement, where I keep the rest of the alcohol. Looks like we have a small ghoul infestation, but nothing my robots can't fix. This right here is the art hallway. Visitors seem to always get a little crazy while they've been here. Back here we have the main living room. Now before we enter, let's do a deep cleaning. A nice candlelit chandelier. And another fireplace. Let's clean up this mess real quick. If you want to know how to dress up NPCs, just let me know. I can make a video about that. It's surprising not many people know about this trick. What the? Where'd he go? Okay. Sometimes visitors like to get a little curious, so put a little couple deterrents. Sometimes all they stare at are the gold bars. They don't notice the laser tripwires. Off you go then. We'll check back up on him soon. Up here we have the library and office space where I keep all my books. Right here is the stage that I use for announcements and stuff. We also do radio plays from the Silver Shroud. Here we have the weight room.
Identity confirmed. This unit is ready to serve.
Don't really know what's going on there. Let's take a quick detour of the North Castle. You always gotta watch your step. Over here is a simple weapons workbench. Nothing too special. This over here is the bathhouse. Now, this place is still under a little construction. That over there is the pool. And this is the showers. Oh, looks like someone slipped. We'll take care of this. This over here is another lounge area. Get a nice view of the sea. You might want to watch your step though. Hopefully nobody notices. Now let's head up to the guest rooms. to my right here is robotics workbench where I maintain my robot servants and, you know, clean them up and stuff. They always seem to get blood and guts all over their gears. So yeah, some of the guest rooms. They're not always, they're not very decorated, but they're very comfy. Sometimes the guests always like to make a mess of things. And I said earlier that they can get a little too curious. Start trying to go to places that they shouldn't be going. One of these places is the West Wing. They get super curious about this door over here, and they're tempted to flip the switch. But not the best idea. The switch to open the door is actually right here. Let's see what happens when I put a body in the conveyor belt. I bet you were wondering about that. So as you can see, it's just going along. This right here is my wind turbines. A little nifty. Right into the hole. This right here is a guillotine that I made. Most guillotines have a triangular blade, but I couldn't find a piece for that in the settlement build. Let's actually go back up here and head up these stairs. Now this is where I keep my clothes for my guests and for myself. The seamstress here takes care of things. If I need to spray these clothes down when visitors get their grimy hands on them, just flip the switch here. Just a little dressing room. Over here in this little crevice, it's just a secret room. The best material to make clothes are often the guests themselves. This is where I do all my creative projects. My most recent ones are these cool chairs. And as you can see, I just take their skin. Skin them alive. Nothing too bad. Nothing too fancy. Up here is the meeting room where I can set up meetings, we can talk about things with the guests, politics and all that. When I want to end a meeting real quick, I just send out a signal. So let's finally head to the West Wing and see what that's all about. Oh, this over here was supposed to be a small turret to keep people from moving around, but looks like someone already moved past here. These are supposed to shoot flames, and honestly, I thought it looked pretty cool. This over here is the back. Did my best to fix up the holes. I like how the castle wraps around like this. Pretty neat stuff. Now this over here is the entrance to the West Wing. Let's change into some more stylish clothes before we go in. This glitch I found myself. See if I did it right. Looks like I did. Let me know if you want to know how it's done. This right here is the West Wing. Another use of the logic gates. Just small souvenirs from the past visitors. Now this guy was hilarious. He accused me of all sorts of heinous acts like murder, enslavement, cannibalism. I did no such things. Now this over here is a small church I built for my friends of Adam. Looks like we found ourselves a new converter. When I want to end mass prematurely. I guess in this case, start mass. This over here is the farm. where I get all my food. The surgeon here helps me harvest. Quick side note. These took me forever to drag over here. So this is where I get all my bodies from. I think this one's tainted. So let me put her in the furnace. This one we can prepare for surgery. Let me take a quick bite. This is where I harvest all my food. Let's head over to my office. It's just a simple office. I like giving interviews to our guests. They really seem to express themselves here. Down here are the fancy guest rooms. Another way into the church. Small snack I've been saving for later. This over here is my room. Just a little fancy. Down here are my pets. They eat all the scraps that I don't finish. Now my room here is protected by this locked door. So let's go open it. And this time you can see the logic gates. Feel free to copy those. And the door shuts behind me, just to make sure nobody disturbs my slumber. And this here is my bed. Pretty nice and cozy. Well, folks, thanks for taking the tour of my castle here, and I look forward to your visit. There's plenty of protection, food, and entertainment. I've also been told the view is to die for. Thanks for watching.